So your question's about, can a woman who's a party girl reform and be worth dating? So can you give me a little more framer on that?
Can you hear me, Rich?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, let's say you got a girl, and I'm asking this because I think this is a rare, very rare percentage of the population that potentially this happens. Let's say they were a party girl, drugging and doing or whatever when they were younger, 20s to maybe 25, and then got pregnant, got married, didn't work out, and just kind of focused on being a mom and doing her thing, and grew as a person, bettered her life. I guess my question is that what, because you talk about a chapter in that Unplug Alpha, red flags, here's a red flag, here's a red flag, here's a red flag, here's a red flag. At any point, though, can a woman reform, not from the hypergamy and the self, I know that's all going to be there, but from the things that potentially were red flags, like she didn't have a good relationship with dad when she was younger, has built a relationship upon that in her. And I know that there's probably some psychological stuff that might still be there, but just, can a woman work on herself enough to become worth the dating?
Yes. But not a lot of women will. Most will play the victim card. The victim mindset's a lot easier. That's just a route that they'll tend to take more often than not. But I mean, I've dated women that have taken ownership for some of their past choices. They can't do anything about stupid shit they've done in their 20s. Like you're talking about party girls, specifically. If she was out partying, going to raves, doing drugs, getting roofied, like our last caller was talking about, racking up a notch count. That's part, it's like, when you cut a tree down, you see the rings, and each ring, each concentric ring just builds off the other ring. It's just part of them, right? Like women with a notch count that's greater than 2 or 3, in accordance with the studies that we've seen, don't make great long-term monogamous choices or wife material or mother stock because of their past history, and they have a harder time bonding in a monogamous, healthy way to a guy in a marriage. So the chances of divorce, rape, all that kind of shit, they all go up. So yeah, I mean, you should try to establish what her past is like. I mean, I always say women are concerned with your future, meaning, like your ability to provide, what kind of resource acquisition, you can bring to the household and all that sort of stuff. But men in return need to be concerned with their past, because you need to evaluate her and what she brings to the table and what you're going to allow and tolerate in your life. Because if you're a guy worth anything, you're going to be spinning plates and you're going to have options. And you might have this one smoke show hot chick who has a peppered past, and you might have another one that's not, got all the boxes ticked, but she doesn't have a peppered past. Well, if you're looking for wife stock, the one that's going to mother the best children and be less likely to screw you over and grind you through the divorce machine is probably the better choice, right? So guys will complicate their lives and justify why. They'll make up shit in their heads. And you may very well do this after the call, right? Like you might say, you know what, this chick's hot, doesn't matter, screw Rich, doesn't matter what he says, I'll make it work. I'm Tom-tastic. I got a dope tie and a cool haircut. I can make shit work, right? Because that's what guys do, right? We're like, we like to problem solve. Men are deductive reasoners. We like to problem solve. So we like to take on challenges. And, that's why the phrase Captain Save-A-Ho is so popular in the men's space, because men like to swoop in and it's like, I can solve all of her problems with my magical D, right? I'm just going to do this, that, and the other thing, and I'll solve it all. It's like, no, dude, you can't erase, those concentric lines in the tree trunk. They're there. They're part of her DNA. There's guys that take it farther than that even, and they'll say like, oh, well, there's DNA that's embedded in her brainstem and in her brain because of all of the loads that she took. And, is that really what you want? I don't know, man. Like I've seen studies on both sides of those stories, but some guys will just take it and run with it. But at the end of the day, like you're the gatekeeper to the relationship. So be very, very careful with who you invite into your life, because if you invite a problematic woman that has issues, rest assured they are going to show up at some point in your future. I said at the start of the 20 red flag chapter, and again, guys, if you're just logging in, you can get that chapter for free by hopping on my email list right here. I said at the start of the chapter, I said, you can date these women. You can make them your girlfriend. You can wife them up and have babies with them. But I'm telling you right now, you're inviting an extra layer or several layers of complexity into your life if you do invite them into your inner life. So just be careful with that, is what I'm saying.
I get this wasn't really more. This was less more. I'm looking to date this person as just wondering, because yeah, but I think it's a rare occurrence. If you have, I mean, I think it's a rare occurrence of anybody, in men and women, of taking ownership, not playing a victim. You know,
You're
looking
going to
at your
have a
past.
hard time finding a perfect girl. All women have some form of baggage. It's like you can have it all. You just can't have it all in the same woman. So spin the plates, let the cream rise to the top, let the crap fall off to the side, and decide what it is that you want to do, and just make sure that you're clear on what kind of life that you want to lead, and hold true to that part of you, right? Like if you're clear about like these key points, make sure that you don't deviate from that, because you're not going to be able to change things many years into a relationship with her, right? It's something that you have to vet for from the very beginning. Like you can't go and order a brand new car from the dealership, and it shows up and it's ordered as spec'd, and you're like, I should have got it in red. Fucked up. What am I going to do? And, I mean, you could wrap the car in a red wrap, sure, but
Yeah.
I mean, like, you get the idea, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks, man.
See you, Tom.